Rotten Tomatoes gave X-Men 97 a perfect score. Are the new X-Men 97 action figures as perfect as the show? Is this Goblin Queen an exact copy of Jean Grey? Are you looking for a review focusing on the figure and zooming in for a closer look? How does it scale with other figures? Will she fit in as a comic and animated series version of the character in your collection? In this review, we are taking a look at the brand new X-Men 97 Goblin Queen. In terms of head sculpt, it is spot on in terms of how she looks in the animated series with blue eyes instead of the usual green that Jean Grey has. The body mold of this figure is all brand new. Removing the head, we can see that she has a double dumbbell joint which gives their head a good range. The cape is attached to the body, though it has a peg for the back. If you try to remove it, you can see it's firmly attached in the upper chest. Good range of movement for the neck. Let's try using the brand new X-Men 97 Jean Grey head on it. It doesn't want to peg on with this long hair one. Neither. I tried pushing a little bit harder, but the ponytail head does work. It can fit in, but the flesh tones don't match at all. In X-Men 97, Maddie would be pale skin while Jean seems to have a tan. Using this head sculpt on the brand new X-Men 97 Jean Grey body, it does work okay. You do have to change the hands because of the pale flesh tone of Maddie. Now trying it out with the Lover's Triangle 3-pack Jean Grey, we can see that it does fit well. There's no problem in terms of the hole of the head fitting on the neck peg, but you do need to change the hand. Looking good on the Green Phoenix body mold from 2016 Juggernaut Wave, this head sculpt is better than the original Celine Dion head which this figure came with. The head does look like she is going to transform into the Dark Phoenix. So here we have her with the Dark Phoenix body mold from the Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack with Cyclops. As long as the body mold does not show any kind of skin, this head sculpt would work. Like what I mentioned a while ago, her skin is too pale and it's very unique. When I used the head for the Marvel Girl costume, Jean Grey from the House of X-Wave, you can see the difference in flesh tone. And also the head does not fit well with the body. The cape is useful though because I can try to position it in this payaso diorama throne in effect of Maddie floating on air while her legs are crossed. You can see the pinless double jointed knees and pinless double jointed elbows at work in this particular pose. Taking a closer look at the figure, we can see that her upper torso is brand new with sculpted lines on her costume. Her upper thigh has some sculpted lines as well, which represents how long the boots is. The cape is plastic and it's not that heavy, but it does limit articulation. The figure can stand properly even with this particular cape on. As mentioned a while ago, the cape is glued on over that red medallion on her chest. You can see here it's written the product number. From the back, you can see some sculpted details as well. There is a difference in terms of the colors from her behind to the upper thigh part of her legs. Overall, the colors are consistent. There's nothing off about it, which happens usually to Hasbro wherein the colors don't match. Just trying to zoom in closer to look at what I was talking about, the upper thigh, the different color, because from afar you would think that her body mold is all black. There is a little matte black on the upper thigh. In the comments below, let me know if you think this is a good Goblin Queen figure. And do you think it's value for money, especially with those details such as the medallion on her chest in shiny red plastic. In terms of accessories, she comes with this baby. No, not this baby. This is baby Nightcrawler. This is the wrong baby. So the correct baby is we have baby Cable. Compared to the old baby Nightcrawler, you can see here it's a new head sculpt for the baby, and with her hand she cannot really hold on to it that really well. So here we have baby Cable, and in terms of the eyes are photoreal as well. Well painted are the lips as well. Photoreal tech maximized on this particular small piece of accessory with 5 X's on the front of the swaddle, but on the back there's nothing there. It's a cool looking accessory. I just wish there's a way that the figure can actually hold onto it without falling. Putting Nightcrawler and Baby Cable side by side, you can see that it seems that the swaddle is the same but of different color. The Nightcrawler has some cell shading, while this one doesn't. The colors are different, but the texture and feel of the swaddle is the same. Like the Inferno story in the comic books, I'm sure that this particular accessory or the baby will play a big role in this new X-Men 97 series. So here she is holding the baby, and it would be a balancing act just to keep the baby on her hands. So there's no way that you can actually peg it on to the figure. She does not come with any other expressive head sculpt. She comes with a pair of closed fist hands. There is some black painted on the fist, as you can see there near the fist. Same is true for the open palm hands. Painted on are the black fingernails. That's really good in terms of adding those type of details instead of leaving them all pale. She comes with this swirly whirly power effects which we've seen several times. Sometimes it usually is in fire form or magnetic form. Here we have it in translucent, somewhat darkish green. It is a cool looking effect, as you can see here with their double jointed pinless knees, just showing off some articulation that the new Goblin Queen figure can do. Not sure whether it will show up in the actual animated series in X-Men 97, those particular green effects. She can crunch forward that far, as you can see with this particular pose. A great range of articulation with this new body mold. The X-Men 97 Goblin Queen figure stands 16 centimeters or 6.3 inch tall because she wears high heels, but without the heels, she is 15 centimeters or 5.9 inch tall. Converting the figure in 1/12 scale, her height would be 5.9 feet, as opposed to Jean Grey's actual height as per Marvel is 5 feet 6 inches. Marvel Legends are taller than 1/12 scale because they are 6-inch figures. Here she is with other 6-inch scale Marvel Legends action figure. We have the X-Men 97 Wolverine and the X-Men animated series Cyclops. Next we have is the Astonishing Cyclops and the Hot Claws Wolverine. Other Marvel Legends we have from the Love Triangle 3-pack Wolverine and Cyclops. We have the 80th anniversary of Marvel's Captain America, and we have the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Next, we have the Hugh Jackman Wolverine and Deadpool. For some female size comparison, we have Jubilee, the teenage size action figure, and we have Rogue. Next, we have the Marvel Now Black Costume Emma Frost and the Astonishing X-Men Emma Frost. For some Jean Grey comparison, we have the brand new X-Men 97 Jean Grey and the Love Triangle Jean Grey. We have the Green Phoenix and the Dark Phoenix. Next we have from the X-Men animated series Wave Mystique, and we have Bishop from the Sauron Wave, the House of X Cyclops and Jean Grey. Next, we have the deluxe figures Blob and Apocalypse. Next, besides the Goblin Prince, we have Havoc from the Bonebreaker Wave and Havoc from the 2-pack with Polaris. Next, we have some Retro Sentinel and we have the 80 Years Hulk. Next, we have is Vertigo and Mr. Sinister to represent the Marauders. For some 1/12 scale comparison, we have Mafex Jean Grey and Mafex Cyclops. Next, we have Mafex Psylocke and Gambit. Next, we have Mafex Magneto and the brown costume Wolverine. Next, we have some loose collector action figures. We have Darna, a Filipino superhero, and we have Crusade Comics Spiritusi She. A few more loose collector ladies. We have Coffin Comics Lady Death and Dynamite Comics Vampirella. For articulation, her head can move from side to side, but her hair does limit the articulation. Her arms can extend this far. She can do a full 360 if the cape does not hinder it. She has a bicep swivel right here, double jointed pinless elbows right here. She can reach her face because of that particular articulation. Her hands can hinge forward and back, as you can see. She has a swivel on those wrists. She has an upper torso swivel. She can crunch forward that much, crunch backward really far. She doesn't come with any waist swivel. She can do a split. And she has a upper thigh swivel right here. She has double jointed pinless knees, which gives her a good range right there. She can kick forward that far. She can hinge her feet up and down, and she has an ankle rocker. For in the box collector, she comes in the X-Men 97 retro card back packaging. We have characters from the first wave and art on the side of the Goblin Queen. You can see clearly what comes with the figure and its accessory. On the bottom, you see Goblin Queen 4+. We have other figures included in this particular wave. There is no write-up. You'll have to read the write-up in Hasbro Falls and some warnings and legalities. The recommended retail price of this figure is $24.99 USD. For Australia, it is 45 AUD. My final thoughts, probably the only Goblin Queen action figure that Hasbro might release. I'm not sure if they would even try to make a comic book accurate version 1. But in terms of articulation, it is excellent. It has new parts and it is a brand new body mold. The pale skin tone makes it difficult to kitbash. Like if you try other heads on this body or use the head on another body, the skin tones won't match because the Goblin Queen has a pale skin. Overall, a good set of accessories. I wish she had a alternate head like a fierce or angrier one. But this is a interesting figure that caught everyone's attention apparently because she sold out quickly with my local supplier. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, ringing the notification bell, and checking out other reviews I have on the channel. Please help my reviews get recommended by the YouTube algorithm through your likes, subscription, and comments. If the YouTube algorithm recommends my reviews, it helps us grow the channel and the community. Thank you for participating in the polls and giving my reviews a like and a comment. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and find it useful. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell.